Happy beautiful day, beautiful people. Welcome to day 116 of posting every single day on YouTube. And guys, we're having crepes right now. This was from my spa visit. Mm, 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 mm. It is 5 p.m. I never have this much psych. At 5 p.m. I was just working on cataloging my suits because, guys, the catalog is growing. The catalog is growing. I don't know if I told you guys this last week. Probably not. Anyway, so let's get into today's video. Today I'm going to talk about sales marketing. Maybe not marketing, but just sales overall, my perspective on sales and what I've been doing today. So welcome. Grab yourself a drink, maybe some grapes. Obviously, I'm not gonna have grapes when I'm doing the video because I'm gonna be chewing, you know. And so here we are. My. You know what they say? When you look good, you feel good. Okay, not what they say, what I say. When you look good, you feel good. And you feel good, you're able to go out there and do your best in the world. 2 weeks ago, I think I wore a dress nearly every day. Nearly every day from Wednesday to Monday. I only wore like a pair of shorts and a really nice chiffon, no, silk shirt on Sunday. So that was like last week. Not the week, okay, today's a Wednesday, so not last week, the other week, like 2 weeks ago, right? And every single day that week, my gosh, I would come home, and usually after studio, I'm so tired because I get up so early, and then I would find myself doing something very productive. And as a result, I ended up having like a really productive week that week, and also last week was quite productive. And like last week I tried something different. I just wore my regular outfits. You know, like you're going to film either way. So 90% of like people who work in studios, maybe if you're a model or whatever, you just like wear like just like sweatpants and a vest and you just like go, because either way as soon as you get there your clothes come off and like whatever you're filming comes on, and that makes a lot of sense, right? So anytime I like, so last week for a few days I was dressing in my regular outfits. I go to studio, and then by the time I come home, so I take it off, I'm so uncomfortable, I can't breathe properly, I'm bloated, etc. And I would just kind of be like, okay, yeah, this is not working for me. So today I was like, let's try the thing we did last week, but one, like, let's just wear a nice, really pretty, comfortable dress and see how the day goes. Guys, I was in a better mood today. I've been able to show up. Hang on. I think my phone is, sorry, not the phone, it's the tripod. Let's see me properly. Open. We've worked out for 2 days, guys, and I can already see my steps coming up. And anyway, I'm gonna tell you about Hyrox maybe in a different video. I'm thinking about doing it. I don't want to say on here because then that has me holding myself accountable. But anyway, more to come on that. So today I wore this beautiful dress, and guys, I got home at 1. It's 5 p.m. I just finished working. Like, I didn't take a nap. I had 1 cup of black coffee because I needed it, and I was able to like get so much done in 4 hours. Even though by the time I got home, like I got home, no, I left studio, went to pick up some clients for some suits for some clients, and I came home and I've just been working nonstop. Guys, 5 p.m. I never have my makeup on. Today, I look good and I feel good. So anyway, today around 10 a.m. Before I took like a bathroom break, TMI probably, and I was looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I love this ish. Like I love, it's my channel, I can curse, right? I love this shit. Like I love it. Like I like it. I love it. And I remember thinking, how did we get here? Like I know how we got here, but how did we get here? Stay with me. A year ago, no, 18 months ago, I worked as a project manager, an associate project manager for a travel outdoor travel and education company. It was a great experience, and I remember this one time I went for a meeting with the development team, right, the BD team, and it was my first ever like presentation, like meeting a client, like face to face meeting, and I dressed in a two-piece set. It was green, it was silky. I wore my hats. Obviously, I wasn't wearing makeup. I don't think I was wearing makeup. Maybe I was not. I don't think I was. No, it was too early. I wasn't wearing makeup. Anyway, I showed up, and then we are sitting there having conversations like in the boardroom, and just like the internal team, really. We were just there were two guys from BD and myself. I was a project manager, man. I had no business being part of, the client meeting, whatever. They were just, as a project manager, you work on the project, the catalogs. Now my mind is thinking about fashion. I'm looking at my catalog here, but it's not the catalog. You work on you prepare the PPTs, you work on the projects, what it could look like, and then BD goes on to like meet the client and show them this is what we have, this is the price, how do you guys feel about this, what would you want to add, what do you want to take out, etc. If you've been a project manager, you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, just hang on, okay? And I remember as we were having, like, I was on my third cup of coffee because, oh, that place had really nice coffee. Amazing lattes. And anyway, we were just having a conversation, and I said, I've always been really afraid of selling. Like, I'm so afraid of the word sales. And pause right there, because I remember in 2022, 2023, especially 2022, when I started my personal development, like depth, working with Lisa. And at Speak It Right, she was talking about, like, as a speaker, you're in sales. As a coach, you're in sales. Whatever it is you're doing for a business owner, you're in sales. And the word sales, like, always rubbed me off so wrong. It felt like, I don't know, it just made my whole skin crawl and itch at the same time. So I don't know, but for some reason, I had a very negative association with sales. It sounded very hard. It sounded like you had to go to uni and get an MBA for it. And I was obviously studying aeronautical engineering. Obviously, guys, I will always bring this out any chance I get. I'm very proud of that. It's one of my greatest achievements. And at the same time, I just remember we were just having a conversation, and obviously the two guys I was with, one was the head of BD, he was the, anyway, head of department, business development. And he was like, I love selling. And I was like, when did you get into sales? What made you get into sales? What do you love about sales? We were just having this conversation, and the whole time I was thinking, it's one of those things I want to get good at, but somehow I'm not good at it, and I just don't know where to start. And I thought I hated sales. I thought I was just terrible at it. And so when people would be like, you gotta sell yourself as a speaker, sell yourself as a coach, I was just like, no, like, that's not my vibe. That's not me. That's not me, somebody. No, guys, so much is going on here. I was like, that's not me. It's not me. Okay, today I'm so dramatic, guys. I am indeed sleepy, okay? And anyway, guys, it was around May of last year, really. So that conversation was hiding May of last year. I never thought that one day I'd get good at selling. I never thought that one day I'd fall in love with it, that I would find it as a service. I remember one of our coaches in speaking in 2023 said to us, think of sales as a service, because if someone needs what you have, but they don't know you have it, then that's a disservice. What if someone really needs your skill set, but you're not putting yourself out there? Then how are you ever going to help them? And it was so purposefully wrapped when they said that. And yet I remember I still couldn't wrap my head around it. Going to Speak It Right back, this story is like not given chronologically. Speak It Right back in 2022, that was my first Speak It Right. And again, Ignite Live, which was kind of like a Speak It Right 2023, my, speaking events with Lisa Nichols. They spoke about selling a lot. And every single time my heart would always miss a beat, because it was very terrifying for me. So today, August 18th, I think today's the 18th or the 19th of August, 2026. I'm, in the bathroom every time, TMI, Phoebe, TMI. Okay. I'm just washing my hands and I'm looking myself in the mirror, and I kind of zone out for a minute. I'm like, I love this. Like, I love where I am today. I love the conversations I have with people. I love how when someone gets something from me, they come back and say, oh my gosh, thank you for the size recommendation. Thank you for taking your time to describe this. Someone else said to me earlier today, like, I really, like, you always have great energy. What a compliment, guys. It's not always, but most of the time. Anyway, when you love what you do, I guess it kind of flows through you. And that really just got me in my feels looking back at a year ago, when I never thought I could get good at it. Maybe I was trying to get into sales for the wrong thing. Maybe I was trying to sell something I wasn't interested in. And now being in fashion, going, having conversations with people every day, working on my business every single day, talking to potential clients, return clients, VIP clients, all of these things, I realized that it's just a service. That when I was looking for my graduation suit, if someone had not put themselves out there and show their items, I probably would have never gotten that. And so the minute you start thinking of selling as serving, then it's a game changer. It doesn't feel dirty. It doesn't feel icky. I used to sit around rooms with coaches and hear them like make their offers about this course is this much. This I could never even process that. Like I couldn't process how are you okay with that? It's not even charging how much. People say charge your worth. That's a whole other conversation. But it's the selling part. And now, obviously, there's still a lot to learn. But I'm so excited every single day. I sell, and by sell, I don't mean like I have money flowing in my account. Money is my friend, always flowing in and out, and that's good. That's a whole other conversation. I think I've done a few money conversations on my channel. Not even sure what day was what day, but anyway, learning that selling is actually a good thing. It's not dirty, it's not icky, and perhaps I had just been trying to sell the wrong thing. So a year later, looking at project manager Phoebe, I wish I had told her it's okay, like life is gonna get better and juicier in a year, my love. In like 18 months or like 30 months or however many months it's been. And so now as I work on my business, like I was telling you guys, I got home and I've just been working on my catalog. I have a really good memory. I think back in 2018, no, 2016, 2017, I used to remember things in so much detail. And a friend of mine was like, have you ever heard of the term photographic memory? I was like, no. Eidetic memory, no. And then we Google it and she's like, I think you have one. Because I remember things in like pictures and stuff. Now that has been very good because when I meet someone, I remember what you wear. Like when I look at a lady, I can be like, okay, no. It's kind of like a superpower in my business because I'm very good with size recommendations for women, like whatever your body shape is, how tall, like whether you're very tall, very short, heavy top, heavy bottom, petite, plus size. And of course, when I look at a suit hanging, I can be like, okay, I know that's not gonna fit you. That's a small, a medium, a large. Even without checking the label, I can tell the size. And when you give me your size, like if you tell me your size or something about yourself that I can visually see, I'm not gonna forget it. That's a superpower in business. However, it has meant that I've been running my business for the last 8 months in a very disorganized manner because I remember ish, right? Like I look at this and I'm like, this was my TEDx audition suit. So if someone orders this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the TEDx audition suit. I was wearing mine in an XL. Right now, I think I can fit into a large properly, then I can fit into an XL. And someone got the blue one in a 2XL and someone got the brown. I can remember those details. What happens when my company grows? What happens when I have 5, 10, 20, 30, 100 employees? They cannot use my brain all the time. My brain has been my database and it's not working anymore. So yes, this is very related to sales, but off a tangent. And so like my TEDx suit, right? And then this is this was my TEDx audition suit. This was my TEDx suit. And obviously, like, these are what the details I remember, the conversations I've had, the people who got it. And obviously, I have been meaning to like catalog my suits. By cataloging them, I mean like having them in a database, the SKU codes and everything. I just learned that term a week ago. This is a learning as you go kind of business. And so somehow I started doing this last week, but I was like, let me just upload everything and just kind of find an easier way to do it. And I realized I don't even know, like I used some AI agents. No. Anyway, some Chinese AI thingy. Everybody who's in China probably knows it, Douyin. And I was using Douyin to kind of learn about SQ codes and how to go about them and etc. It's really hard for me to know, oh, what suit is this? So I then old school pen and paper, and I just started like writing everything down. Like, this is what I remember about the suit, the texture, the feeling, the sizing. I sold this to so and so said this about this suit, and I had to like write them all the way down, write them down, just keep going. This is an oldie but a goldie. Actually, that's the name of this suit in my in my own head. And so when I look at this, I can tell you exactly who I sold it to, when, how many sets they got, this one as well. So basically, I've spent the last couple of hours working on this, now turning that into a database, because again, we're building for sustainability. Like I said, while my brain has been a superpower, it has also meant that I've been running my business very disorganized. I can rely on my brain, but how do I communicate that to my supplier? How do I communicate that to, when my company grows, and it's going to grow, it's already growing. When I have, a PA, when I have like 3 employees who need to know, oh, this person is asking for this suit, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's the one, this and this. But how are they going to know, And I was having this conversation with ChatGPT, and I was kind of breaking things down. Like, I was trying to understand what SQ codes are. Obviously, guys, you all know I'm an aeronautical engineering graduate, not a business graduate, but we are building a business in China. Very wobbly, figuring it out every day. Some days we're very excited at 5 p.m. Some days we're in bed at 6 p.m. And that's okay. Some days we go to bed at 8. Some days we go to bed at 7:30. Some days I go to bed at 8:15 and I'm thinking I'm late for life. So, all okay. And I don't know. I don't know what the point. I kind of lost track of the video. My mind went sweet and sweet and sweet, 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 and that's perfectly okay. But yes, today I realized I fell in love with sales somewhere along the journey. The thing that scared me the most has now become the vitamin that I take every single day. And the more conversations I have, the more I realize that, oh, I helped a woman pick something that feels good for her body. Because again, you all know what I love to say, which is very true. When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you're able to go out there and do good in the world. And gosh, the world could use some good. So I hope I inspire you to look good today or tomorrow or this week or maybe next month, and that's okay. I hope I inspire you to keep loving on yourself and showing up every single day, or doing that thing that scares the heck out of you. I also hope that you hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here. My name is Phoebe and I post videos on YouTube every single day for the last 116 days except for day 9. And as always, I see you, I believe in you, and I'm sending you all my love. I will see you guys on the next one. Ciao, Bella. Have a lovely rest of your day or night, depending on when you see this.